Good evening, boys and girls. In antenna and wave propagation, today's topic is helical antenna. So let's start. This helical antenna, basically, this is called a helical antenna because its shape is like a helix. Its polarization and radiation properties depends on the diameter, pitch, number of turns, wavelength, excitation, and spacing between the helical loops. So see, this is the structure of a helical antenna. In this structure, you may see this is the coaxial cable, and this is helix. Uh, this S is the space between two turns. This is L. D is denote the diameter of this, and this is L A. L equal to N into S. We will discuss later about these all uh, parameters. A helical antenna consists of a helical loop made of a thick conductor which have the appearance of a screw thread. It is associated with a ground plane made of the conductor. The ground plane is often made of screen or or sheet of radial and concentric conductors. This antenna is fed by a coaxial cable. This can be operated in two modes. One is the normal mode and another is the axial mode. Now the common parameters. So this is your typical structure, and if we take this form, see, this is the pitch angle denoted by this alpha. This is the S, the loop separation, and this is the C, which is the circumference of the helix. So alpha is the pitch angle, C is the circumference of the helix denoted by the pi d h. S is loop separation, L is the axial length, and L equal to N into S. N is the number of turns, S is the loop separation, L is the length of one turn, R is the distance between ground plane and helix proper, D is the diameter of helix conductor. So the inner relation between the parameters are L equal to under root of S square plus C square, while this pitch angle alpha equal to tan inverse S by pi D subscript में H. Operation of the helical antenna. So as we have discussed, this can be operated in two modes. One is the normal mode, another is the axial mode. Normally normal mode is hardly used, okay, and mostly we use the axial mode basically. In this mode, the radiation is maximum in the broadside direction. This can be called broadside mode. This mode happen if NL is less than lambda, very less than lambda. That is, the dimension of the helix are small. In this beam width is small and efficiency is low. There are these two parameters can be increased if the helix is large. So we can see here the beam width is small, efficiency is low, hence this normal mode is hardly used. Now the axial ratio for elliptical polarization is given by axial ratio is given by AR is given by 2 S lambda by pi square dh square. Now in this axial ratio, if the value of this axial ratio AR is equal to 0, this elliptical polarization become linear horizontal polarization. If AR equal to infinite, this elliptical polarization become vertical linear polarization, or if AR equal to 1, elliptical polarization becomes circular polarization. Hence, for circular polarization, AR equal to 1. Now, if AR equal to 1, we put this value in this formula. So, we have 2s lambda equal to pi square dh square. Finally, we have s equal to pi square dh square by 2 lambda, and that is c square by 2 lambda, and this alpha is denoted by tan inverse c by 2 lambda. In normal mode, normal mode is not used because of a small bandwidth and low efficiency. We have discussed this. Now the axial mode. In this mode, radiation is maximum along the axis of the helix. It can be considered as end fire mode. In this mode, polarization is almost circular. This mode can be obtained when dh and s are of the order of lambda. Circular polarization occurs when c by lambda equal to 1 and s equal to lambda by 4. The ground plane is of lambda by 2 diameter. And these are the radiation pattern in normal mode and axial mode. You see, this is the normal mode.